Hi, everybody. I hope you're all doing great today. I'm doing a reading for all signs for the new moon in Aries that is happening, depending on what part of the world you're in. It's going to be happening on March 31st or April 1st. I put April 1st on the thumbnail for this, so, you know, well, I'm in the April 1st category, so I kept it there. So what is this new moon all about? Well, first of all, new moons are about like new, fresh energy. Like you're starting off a completely new lunar cycle. The Aries new moon kicks off the new astrological, well, it's the new lunar new year, because we're starting off with the first sign of the zodiac. This is the first house of the astrological wheel. So what is Aries about? It's about yourself. It's about your appearance, your beginnings, like your body, your first impressions, your attitude, your identity, like your approach to life. So I feel like a lot of us are going to be rebirthing a new like way of like presenting ourselves to the world, just like a fresh energy. Like I pulled the card from the Moonology Oracle deck for the new moon in Aries, and it's time to take action. And I feel like for a lot of people, it's going to be time to take action in like just the area of life that really you feel like identifies with you as yourself, like who you feel you truly are. Like this new moon is also basically a new moon is where the sun and the moon are like meeting up in the sky. So this is at the beginning of Aries. Technically, it's going to be around 11 degrees of Aries. We also have Chiron, the wounded healer, is conjunct this new moon and the sun, and so is Mercury. So I feel like there's a certain level of healing to the way we think about ourselves and the way we present ourselves to the world. So I'm going to pull some cards for each sign, and we're going to start off with Aries. Aries, this is happening in your first house. Like I said, this is the house of self. This is you. This is your appearance, like beginnings. I really feel like you guys are starting some like incredibly new energy that's just going to carry you forward through the next 12 months. Maybe through like the next, like I feel like this is bigger than just the next 12 months for you guys. I feel like you've really been, birthing something new within yourself for a couple years now, if not like the past decade. I feel like a lot of this has been around you guys. Like you guys just coming to the forefront and being out in the spotlight, being seen again. Give the sun. Yeah, with the sun, you're being seen again. You're in that spotlight. You're like, the sun is represented by Leo. Like that's the sign of romance, the sign of love, the sign of like creativity and play and like drama and self-expression. And I feel like you're just going to be able to express yourself so much in like a fuller way than you have been able to in a really long time. 8 of Pentacles. Again, I really feel like a lot of you have been working on something, maybe in the background, something that you haven't really been talking about with others. But this has to do with your identity. This has to do with you. This has to do with like so much hard work that you've put into everything that you do. And like, I really feel like you're going to be seeing the benefits of this start to unfold throughout this year. Even though it's felt like really slow going for the last couple years. And that might have been a real challenge for you guys. We know how, like, I know how you like things to move forward fast. And I totally get that. I have an Aries sun, so I like things to go like quick, but that's not always the case. And I feel like the last couple years, like the last 10 years, you've really been maturing. You've really been coming to a different place where you see yourself, like, you see yourself as a more advanced person now than you did like a decade ago, like, and especially within the last 2 years. I'm going to pull you a Gateway of Light Activation Oracle card. Stellar Gateway Activation, Infinite Potential Manifestation Vortex. Yeah, I feel like you guys you're moving into a vortex of change, a vortex of manifestation. You know, things are really opening up for you. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with this new moon and this new cycle that you're in. But, you know, you've done the work. You've shown up. You've pushed through the doubts and the things that, you know, may have deterred you, and just the lack of movement. And you've just kept going with what you've been going with, just because you know it's something that's like your true soul calling. The wasp spirit. Sometimes life stings. Yeah, I feel like you've been feeling that sting of just like stagnation. A certain level of stagnation that just, you know, it feels like nothing's going anywhere. But again, I really feel like that's turning around for you guys. I'm pulling a card from the Lightseers Tarot. This is a new tarot deck that I got recently. The Four of Cups. You know what? Again, I feel like you were in a place of inactivity, just where nothing was really happening for you. But I feel like there's so much light and like there's so much coming through for you that it's going to be hard to ignore. It's going to be really hard to ignore, and you're going to be seeing this, and you won't feel like you're trapped in this energy of, oh my God, you know, I'm stuck here waiting for all this to happen. Why isn't this happening? Why isn't this happening? But again, you know, with this Sun card, I feel like you guys are going to be having more fun, a lot more fun. And that fun is going to open up some new doors for you, because you won't be staring at what's not there, you know? Okay, I'm going to move on to the next sign. Let's see. Okay, next sign is Taurus. Oh, I wanted to leave that there. Sorry about that, guys. Taurus. This is happening in your 12th house. That is the house of endings, healing, closure, spirituality, solitude, karma. Oh my God. You know, old age, the afterlife, what's hidden, limiting beliefs in the subconscious. Well, this is a healing for you guys too. This is a healing in a, this is your karma wrapped around yourself. Now, this is you guys going through what you needed to go through, seeing things from a different place. You know, wrapping up old karma is important, and it's a part of life. You know, it's something that we all have to go through. There's like endings and there's beginnings wrapped around that. But I feel like you guys just, you know, you've had so much going on, especially with, you know, Uranus and the North Node being in your sign. You're getting a whole revamp to your life. Things are changing for you. Things are moving. And, you know, it's all for the better. I know you guys like to stay in one place. You want things to, you love consistency, and I get that. Consistency it feels good. It can feel good, but when there's things that are showing up for you that are the same old things over and over again, it's like you can't leave that karmic cycle, you know? You also have the Ten of Cups. I feel like you're leading to your, like, this is everything that you've had to go through, whether it be turbulent or traumatic, it has broken you out of your comfort zone. And there's a certain level of fortune that you get to after a certain level of difficulty that you've had to go through in life. And you guys, my friends, have had to go through a certain level of difficulty. But it's had to break you out of your comfort zone. It's had to break you out of where you've been. It's had to open your mind up to new things and new places and new experiences and a new side of yourself that you may have never realized or noticed that could be there. Let's see what you get from Spirit Animal Oracle deck. We have the Beaver Spirit. Lay a solid foundation. Yeah, you're realizing that your foundation needs to really be set around yourself. It really needs to be focused on what's best for you, what makes you happy, and not just kind of compromising and, you know, just being okay with whoever's there. It's not about being okay with whoever's there. It's about really getting clear on the kind of person that you are and the kind of person that you want there. You know, enjoying yourself again, getting to a place of enjoyment where you can feel okay even if everything is not like perfect or, you know, not moving. Let's pull you a Gateway of Light Activation Oracle card. The Gaia Gateway Activation, Learning Experience, Wisdom Transmission, Earth Intelligence. Yeah, this has been a grounding experience for you guys, especially the last 12 months, I feel like. Like you just didn't feel like you were in a place where you should be, but you didn't want to do anything about it. And then the universe kind of forced you out of that situation, which, again, like I said, might have felt a little bit uncomfortable, but there was a certain level of wisdom that you had to gain from being in those uncomfortable places. Okay? That learning experience is something that you're going to carry with you forever, and it changed you. Like, it changed you for good. You're not the same person you used to be. You're a whole new Taurus. So you're feeling different within yourself, especially like starting off this new lunar cycle in Aries. Let's pull you a card. The Four of Wands. I feel like this is opening you guys up to a new union. There's a certain level of celebration. I feel like even if you don't meet anybody, or like that isn't something that's like in the forefront of like what's going on in your life, I feel like you guys are going to be having a great time. You're going to be celebrating. You're going to be enjoying time with your friends and really exploring what it means to be you in yourself, like in your body. Okay? All right. Let's move on. We are moving on to Gemini. This is happening in your 11th house. That is the natural house of Aquarius. That is about groups, friends, social awareness, humanitarianism, technology, hopes and wishes for the future. And this is also coupled with the first house of Aries. You know, about yourself and your appearances, you know, your beginnings, body, like your first impressions, the lens through which you see things, your approach to life, you know? So I feel like you're getting a healing in like how you speak with your friends, like how your friends speak with you, just how you interact with people in general. I feel like that's changing. I feel like there's a new, it's just like a new energy that you're carrying that people can feel because you're in a new place now. Ever since the North Node left your sign, like you haven't felt like the way you used to feel. Like you're putting down like stronger boundaries than you had before. Maybe realizing there are certain ways that like you were communicating with people that just, maybe it was drawing in the wrong type of energy, or like just not a good type of energy. You have the King of Swords that just popped out when I was shuffling the deck. This is coming into your energy. The King of Swords to me represents Gemini. That is you coming into more of yourself, like understanding yourself better, being in your own skin and feeling more comfortable within you, feeling more self-assured and like what you're saying to people, and it's like the message that you're trying to get, like that you're trying to get across is being heard finally. I also have the Hierophant. Yeah, the Hierophant to me, that's you stepping more into your energy. I know the Hierophant, it feels like it's like Taurian energy, like this is the Taurus energy, but I feel like this is the key to like really you being in a place where you're more confident and you're more of an effective communicator with others, like more making stuff happen in your life. You might be forming some connections, like new connections with people that could be leading to something substantial It's a new beginning. This is new, fresh energy. The moon has to do with our feelings, and feelings have a lot to do with, like, creating things in life. I might pronounce this wrong, and I'm very sorry if I do. From the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle deck, you got the Order of Melchizedek. Embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. Yeah. There's new light coming in for you guys. There's new energy coming in for you guys. But you know what? It's because your energy's changed. You're starting a new cycle. And like, you're getting a healing in so many ways that they might not, like, they're going to slowly unfold over the next 12 months. That's what I'm being told. And mission uncovered might be like ushering you into a new direction, something that you haven't seen before. Those new communications, they might be leading you to a new, like a new business venture. Maybe you might get a new job having to do with someone that you meet. And you wouldn't have met that person if you hadn't have, like, done this work on yourself, you know, and really taken the time to, like, analyze yourself. The giraffe spirit, see the big picture. There's a bigger picture at play. I feel like you guys are, like, understanding better. It's like your energy is focusing more. It's focusing, but it's expanding outwards. So you can, like, it's like you have a better vantage point than you once did. So you can see things way better than you ever could. And I feel like there's a level of strategy there that's going to be at play, especially with seeing the bigger picture. I don't know why I'm seeing a chessboard, but to me that talks about strategy. You know, feeling like you're in a place where you're more of a creator again. Seven of Cups. I feel like there's going to be a lot of options in front of you. And yeah, I feel like you're going to be kind of spoiled for choice. Like, there's going to be more opening up to you and more options that you didn't see that weren't available before. But I feel like you guys will make the right decision when it comes to this stuff. And I feel like there's no reason that you can't go forward confidently. And especially with a new, like, mental clarity that you have. I don't feel like these will be a problem for you. All right. Next sign we are moving into is Cancer. Cancer, this is happening in your 10th house. So we have Mercury, we have the moon, we have the sun, and we have Chiron all conjunct in your 10th house of career. This is your long-term goals, structure, your status, your reputation, your public image, masculinity. Like, this might have something to do with, like, your parents, like your father, you know, like a relationship. Maybe that was estranged. Maybe there's a certain level of healing there. You never know. I feel like this is a very pivotal time for you guys. You know what? I feel like some of you have started a new job, like a new career. Maybe it was something that you didn't necessarily want to do, but it was something you felt you had to do. So you felt like you were moving somewhere and things were kind of happening for you. Just because maybe what you were putting your energy into was feeling kind of stagnant and it wasn't really going where you thought it would go. But again, this is your 10th house, so there's going to be like a change in status and reputation. That's what I'm feeling. And I have a feeling that a lot of doors are going to be starting to open up for you guys as we go into this Aries new moon. This is a time of action. You know what, you took action before this new moon. I feel like a lot of you. So I feel like you're going to be seeing the fruits of your labors, and just like doors start opening up again that felt like they were closed for some time now. All right, you have the Death card. Yeah, transformation. Transformation in this area of your life. Something's like the old you is falling away, and what's showing up is something completely new, like a new energy. Like maybe this is just a renewal of your zest for life, just because, you know, yeah, and you get the wheel. You get the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel is starting to turn in your favor. You know, the karmic wheel, like you felt you were stuck in stagnation. You're leaving that behind. And this is rebirthing into something way better than you had before. Way, way better. Yeah, I feel that wheel turning for you guys. Like you guys felt like you were stuck for quite some time. But part of getting through that cycle that you were just in was having to sit with this, like the stuckness. Having to sit with feeling the way you did. Having to understand the feelings that you have and try and transmute them in some way. All right. Dove Spirit, be peace. Yeah, there's a certain level of peace and balance that's being restored to your life. You're really starting to feel it, especially after this new moon in Aries. Because when, like, I feel like a lot of you guys, like, what keeps you feeling stable and grounded is knowing who you are. And I feel like a lot of you didn't really know who you were, because I feel like your career and like your goals and that, and that's the structure that your life is created around. You know, and if you felt lost, you didn't know where to focus your attention. Like your attention was just kind of all over the place. And it's like, this is restoring balance and peace to many, many areas of your life. Ancestral realm, karmic release, healing the lineage and boundaries. You've set up new boundaries with yourself. Yeah, you've been healing. Like, maybe this was like some ancestral baggage that you were carrying around with you. Like, especially with this karmic release card. You know, there might be some karma that you've been like carrying with you for a really long time, that you just needed to release through this past cycle. And then you can come out of the gates, like exploding out of the gates into something brand new. This new, fresh Aries energy is just the kickoff that you guys need to like start the ball rolling in your life again and feel like you're getting somewhere. Like you are back in the driver's seat. This is with the Three of Swords, and I feel like a lot of this karmic release was wrapped around heartache. Like I'm seeing this like connective energy. Like once you let go of that heartache, that feeling of like you being down in the dumps and just stuff just not working out for you, that's when stuff could really open up for you. When you let this energy just kind of leak out and like you felt it, you saw it, you had to deal with it, and then it could finally wash away. And there could be a new cycle opening up for you. Okay? All right, Cancer. Let's move on to the next sign. That is Leo. Leo. Oh my God. This is happening for you in your 9th house. That is the house of Sagittarius, of travel, wisdom, philosophy, higher education, law, and religion. Let's see. Cross-cultural relations, learning, ethics. It's a pretty Sagittarius energy, like wrapped around this Aries energy. That's a lot of fire. That's a lot of like go-getter, like movement energy. And for a lot of you, I feel like this is wrapped around your, like your job. You might be traveling more for work. But this is also wrapped around yourself. So there's so many directions this can be going in for you guys. I feel like this is just kind of like a soul renewal. And your job might have something to do with travel coming up. I also feel like a lot of you have a lot to do with the law. Like there might be something law-related happening in your life. You might be part of a case. You might be a lawyer yourself. You could be a paralegal, something like that. But again, I feel like you're taking action in a new direction for yourselves. I do also feel like you guys are learning something new. Like there's something being brought into the horizon for you that's like fresh and new and exciting. And like I said, I think it has to do with work. I know it isn't technically your 10th house, but I feel like it's wrapped around some of that because that has to do with yourself. Like that has to do with like your identity. I feel like a lot of you, your job is your identity. And so with this being Aries, Aries represents the first house. So this is first house, 9th house stuff. So your identity is out there. Like it's at stake. The King of Swords. Communication. The Death card. Yep. See something falling away. I feel a rebirth for you guys is going on in your life. This could have to do with relationships too. You know, I'm feeling like a relationship kind of pulse from this. Just because maybe it's a new way of really talking to people and getting them to talk to you the way that they should and the way that they need to. It's like more communication. I feel like someone in your life is really realizing what you bring to the table and starting to get a better grasp of how they can work with your energy better instead of just thinking about themselves possibly. All right. You have the Crow Spirit, co-create with Spirit. Spirit's going to be bringing like a lot to you guys over the next couple months. I really feel like this rebirth for you guys, this new level of communication with others, it's like a new start in your career too. Like it's like you're leveling up, but the people around you are starting to really let that sink in and talking with you the way they should have probably this whole time. But sometimes it takes time for the people around us to catch up to us. We just consistently keep growing and changing, and they sometimes feel left behind. But this place of creation that you're in has infinite possibilities that you're seeing, that you're feeling, that you're moving towards. Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity and self-expression. You're in a place where you can express yourself again. You know, Leos, you love to express yourselves. Like, you're the sign of self-expression. You know, like, you love the drama. You love being yourself. You love, like, the theatrics. You love being authentically you and having people honor that. So I feel like you're able to speak your truth and people are responding to that truth. Three of Pentacles. That's funny. I don't know why, but when I look at this card, all I can see is like a stop sign. Or like it's like not a stop sign. It's like a, oh my God, brain fart. Sorry, I got baby brain going on. It's like a stoplight. I feel like you're going to be more in tune with, it's just like the divine. It's like messages that'll be coming through to you, like little intuitive nudges that you get when you should go forward, when you should stop, when you should proceed with caution. Like, you'll get those intuitive nudges. And I feel like you guys are going to listen to them because you feel more connected with yourself. When you're more connected with yourself, you're more connected with spirit. Okay? All right. Next sign is Virgo. Virgo, this is happening in your 8th house. Like merging, sex, intimacy, shared finances, inheritances, taxes, loans, assets, property, joint ventures, goals, mystery, partners' resources. I feel like this is your me versus we sector. But your your me sector has taken a dramatic turnaround in the last couple of years, okay? You've been putting yourself first, and because you've been doing that, others are putting you first too. So you've been seeing that, you've been feeling that love that you've been willing to give yourself finally. You know, it took long enough, guys, okay? And like, this has to do with you. And the relationships that you have with other people. And it's also tax time. So I feel like a lot of you are going to be focusing on your taxes. Maybe wrapping that up. I feel like, you know what, through Pisces season, really weren't feeling it. I feel like not a lot of people were feeling it this year. But this new moon, like I keep saying, is a time to take action. It's new, fresh energy. This is starting off the new lunar cycle for the year. And you know what? I have this feeling that some of you are going to be merging, you know, households. You're going to be merging, like, yeah. These two just popped out while I was shuffling. 4 of Pentacles and the Lover's card. Yeah, merging with someone else. This is being willing to be vulnerable and, like, the unseen parts of yourself, letting them be seen. You know, sharing finances with someone else. This 4 of Pentacles is stability that you've created for yourself. You don't feel like that's shakeable anymore. They're like, no one can shake that for you. You feel so confident in you and what you can create. You're making these moves, and like there is a relationship. I feel a relationship, a significant one like you've never had. But you've also never had this type of relationship with yourself ever. And you're reaching new levels of intimacy for yourself. Okay? And being willing to open yourself more up to another person. You're showing strength through vulnerability. Like you're allowing someone else to be present in your space, in your energy field again, with trust and love. And that vibrates out very far. The Ant Spirit, time to collaborate. Yeah, like I said, like I really feel like this has a lot to do with you guys and like intimacy and, you know, the me-we sector of your chart. Like this is a new place of creation for you and a new place to be in partnerships, you know, be it business, be a romantic. I feel like it's both. I feel like it's business and romance. Like I feel like you're ushering in like a new time where you're not putting up with anyone's shit anymore in work. That's what I feel like. And the right people have found their way to you. But that's because you worked on your energy so heavily, and you took risks, you took chances. Inner Earth, base chakra. Strength and security, laying a foundation. Yeah, you've laid that foundation. You are that foundation for yourself. And now more stability is showing up for you. And you're willing to be vulnerable with someone. And you feel strong enough to go towards something completely different. Maybe like I said, like a new job. Maybe the one that you were in just felt like it was like an echo of relationships that you've had before, but you had to kind of release that. So you're releasing that and moving towards something better, something that lines up more with you, and you feel like you're appreciated more. You have the Five of Swords. Yeah, you're getting away from like a certain level of self-deprecating mental energy. That's what I feel. I feel like there was like an internal struggle that you really had to deal with that is just... These crows, I see they're flying away, and there's a little person in the background, and like I can see like you feel like you're free from this energy. Fives are all about change, you know? So instead of living in this headache that you had lived in for so long, like it's flying away, and you're free. You're free to start this new cycle and go in a direction that's healthier for you, because you don't feel like you're stuck or tied to anything or anybody. Like you're not tied to anyone. You're willingly there, or willingly moving to where you feel more comfortable. That's amazing. All right, the next sign is Libra. Libra, this is happening in your 7th house. Wow. Okay, so you guys are like the natural rulers of the 7th house anyways. You know, relationships, marriage, contracts, business partnerships, equality, sharing, like your interpersonal style. Like, this has to do with yourself. So this is also your me-we sector of things, I feel like, guys. Like, this is a pivotal time for you guys, too. Like, your relationships are in the spotlight right now, and yourself is in the spotlight too. And this is a new beginning with both. Like, this is a new beginning with, you know what, I feel like some of you are going to be starting a new relationship, or someone new is going to come into your life. But like I said, you guys have had to make some hard decisions over the last year. You might have had to cut some people out of your life that really just weren't in alignment with you, that really didn't feel like they had the same ideals, and like that they were headed in the same direction as you. You felt like you were on like alternate paths, like going in different directions, different places. So you kind of like, even though it hurt, even though it sucked, you had to move on. You had to let them go. I feel like a lot of Librans let some people go from their life and really focused on themselves over the last year, the last couple years. They really had to. Like, it was something that you felt compelled to do. And this is a time of action. This is a new cycle. This is a new lunar cycle. This is a new cycle of emotion and a new cycle of needs and your feelings. And just, like I said, I really feel like someone's going to be coming through for you guys. You have the Two of Cups. Yeah, you're ready to, like, feel that balance with another person. You're ready to, like, reach your hand out to someone. Like, you're in a place of like openness and understanding of yourself, what your goals are, where you're headed. You also have the Chariot, you know? It's like you've chosen that path. I feel like someone is going to be coming along that feels the same inner balance that you do. That has the same ideals. If they're not, I mean, they don't have to be exactly the same, but I feel like someone is showing you the balance that you wanted in previous relationships but just could never get. Maybe because you were in a place where you thought you were saving someone else. Like you were creating stability for them, but it was making you feel more unstable. But once you got out of that, like you were able to restabilize yourself, redefine what it means to love yourself, and, you know, what kind of relationships you want to be in. And that created this new path for you to go towards. It's like you're going away from this city. You're going away from this place where you've been for a long time. So the energy is shifting for you guys. It's changing. It's moving. It is growing. You have the Nightingale spirit. Love is all around. You've created a loving environment for yourself. And you've been really surrounding yourself with more people that have your best interests at heart. More people that understand you. More people that really get your energy. They're being more drawn to you. It's like there's a magnet that's kind of pulling them in. But your energy has gotten a lot lighter. It feels less heavy. So it being lighter, it can draw in like more of the people that have that same light energy, that can really, like, it's like you feed off each other's energy, but in a good way, not in a bad way. You have the halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, and great lessons. Yeah, to me, this is saying that you're coupling up with your spirit guides too. You've gone through some very serious lessons in the last, like, oh my God, what, since the 80s? If you weren't alive in the 80s, you Libras were really going through it, especially with love. Love was kind of a something for you guys. It was really challenging, and you just felt like you were on this ridiculous roller coaster of garbage, but you pulled yourself out of that, and you created a new path for yourself, and you're coupling up with, like I said, with new spirit guides, and you're getting confirmation in your life that you've changed by the new people that are showing up in your life. You have the Six of Wands. That speaks of a celebration. That talks to me about you, like, honoring yourself, and people are, like, honoring you. Like, the light is finally shining down on you guys the way it should have been for a very, very long time. And you absolutely deserve it. Always remember that. All right, next sign we are going for is Scorpio. Scorpio, this is happening in your 6th house. That is the natural house of Virgo. It's to do with health, fitness, systems, analytical nature, your pets, your work habits, organization, your sense of usefulness, the service given. I feel like this new beginning is you guys feeling like you can, like you're not in a place of being taken advantage of anymore. Like you're not in a, like, I feel like you've put up some boundaries. Like you've put up some healthy ones, like good ones, especially with work, I feel like. And and what you give to others. You know, I've known a good amount of Scorpios. You guys are very giving. You're actually really loving people. You've been burned so many times that it's just, you kind of crawl up inside yourself. And even though some people like take advantage of you, you still give. You know, you still want to give to people. You still want to be that person that's loving and kind. It's just, you have a tendency to crawl up inside yourself sometimes and lash out when you feel like you've been taken advantage of. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You're working through some heavy cycles right now, especially with the South Node being in your sign, my friend. So this new beginning, I keep thinking, it just keeps popping into my head that this is like wrapped around you guys' work. like what you do day to day, I feel like you're going to be getting a jolt, like within the next like 30 to 60 days, your life is going to take a turnaround and be going in a different direction. Wow. Okay, Libra just had that. The Two of Cups. And the Chariot. I just totally shuffled this really, really well. And you just got the same cards as Libra. Oh my God. Huh. But again, this balanced relationship. This new path for you guys has to do with work, though. This has to do with what you're doing in life and how people see you. Like how you're seen in the world. I feel like you're more opened up than you've been in a very, very, very long time. Like you're reaching, like he's reaching his hand out. Like willing to be vulnerable. And I feel like you guys are there too. I feel like that vulnerability is something that you might have never thought you'd be able to get to again, but it's just kind of happened. It's just kind of like it's kind of spilling out of you. Oop, hold on. Let's see. The Bee Spirit, sweet results await. Yeah, I feel like there's so much opening up for you guys, and there's things that are going to be coming into your life that you can't even see, that are just going to be, that might be through like a relationship or partnership. Just like your life has changed so much, like so much. Oh my God. And it's going to keep changing over the next 18 months. It's just going to keep opening you up. You're going to be having fun. You're going to be loving life. Be loving life. Sorry, that was lame. But I'll pull you a Gateway of Light Activation Oracle card. Arcturian Light Codes. Evolutionary Downloads. Recalling Power. Future Thinking. You know, Scorpio is a powerful sign. Your ruler is Pluto. Pluto is power, okay? And you're unlocking this power for yourself. Like, you're unlocking the power within yourself by finding the strength and the courage to be vulnerable. Like, that you feel like you feel more comfortable, like, than you have. Like, you can finally just kind of let your guard down a little bit. And by doing that, like, you're opening yourself up to all these downloads and, like, a more powerful side of yourself than you probably have ever seen. That person is the creator. Might be getting new ideas, just new things that are just popping into your head. The Hierophant. I feel like with the Hierophant that a lot of you have realigned with the spiritual side of yourself. Like, you've re-established a connection with your belief system, like with a belief system. Doesn't have to be like a traditional belief system, or maybe it is. But I feel like there's a connection here that you haven't felt in a long time, and that can bring through like joy and happiness that you haven't felt maybe even in this lifetime at all. That's huge for you guys. This is a big, big time for you guys, and I'm excited to see what's going on for you guys. Oh my God, it's going to be awesome. Like, I can feel it. Like, it's palpable. All right, so the next sign we're moving on to is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is, oh my God, so much is going on for you guys. This new moon is happening in a fellow fire sign. It's happening in your 5th house. So the 5th house is the natural house of Leo. You know, that's romance, love, affairs, play, creativity, fertility. childlike spirit, joy, self-expression, and drama. I feel like you guys are going to be opening up to fun again. Like, for some reason, I feel like a lot of Sagittarians have been going through some crazy shit over the last couple of years. Like you know what? It's been for a really, really long time. And you've really had to reestablish who you are over the last couple of years. Like how you feel about yourself. Like how you see yourself. And like the new things that you've brought out into your life. Like the new ventures. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me. That you've brought out into your life. Like they may have felt a little shaky, a little quaky, and you really didn't know how to feel for a while. Like about yourself. You were just kind of scared about how people would receive you if you changed completely. But I feel like the changes that you made over the last couple of years, they've really been cementing themselves over the last couple months. Like they've taken shape, and you've really let them kind of sink in as part of your identity. So, like I said, I feel like this is a time of great action for you guys. And you might be having some more romantic times with your partner. Like I feel like there's going to be some really fun stuff coming up for you guys. And this is like the kickoff to that. Like you're going to be feeling this energy moving through you and for you for the next, like, at least couple months. And then the next, that's usually at least like 6 months, like 6 to 12 months. This is a beginning of a whole new cycle, guys. You have the 5 of Swords, followed by the Tower. Yeah. You know what? I feel like there was something that you've been working on, or something that you've had to work with that's just been kind of like mentally disruptive. That hasn't been something that you've enjoyed. You know, it's just something that you felt like you kind of had to do. It was like, you know, just like you had to go through the motions. You had to get through this. But I feel like there's a total rebirth of like the foundation of like your life coming up, especially within this month and the next couple months. Like your focus, your balance is going to shift to something new. Huh. Now, you also have a lot going on in your 4th house, guys. You know, especially with your 5th house. So, like, this has to do around, like, home. It has to do around family. This has to do with your relationships. You know, maybe it's just having a more, like, you're not focusing so much on career as you're focusing on home and family for a while. You have the Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. You've been hooking up with your intuition more. And with so much that was happening in Pisces, I feel like you just kind of had to sit back and kind of let things happen instead of making things happen. So like a hawk, it flies higher than any other bird, so it gets a greater view of everything. And by stepping back, you got more of an abstract view of what could potentially happen, and you were just more open to potentials, if that makes any sense. Like softening your grip on everything and just kind of letting it happen. The Emerald Tablet activation, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting. Manifesting through letting go. You know, manifesting through having fun and enjoying yourself and letting the good things happen, because you don't have to be in control of it. You don't have to be the one at the wheel all the time, okay? You can enjoy yourself finally and let that divine alchemy flow through you in a way that you might not even understand. Like it's something completely new. The Hierophant, Scorpio just had the same exact card as their last card. Reconnecting with your spirituality, like reconnecting with that part of you that can let go and let spirit help guide you and be a part of your life again, and just kind of embrace that, enjoy it, enjoy the connection, and let go. You let go a little bit, like you let go of the control you have to have, because you don't have to have it. Control is an illusion, guys, okay? It's a total illusion. We control more by letting go of it, technically, which I know it makes no sense to the logical mind, but for spirituality, that's how it works. That's how manifestation works. You put that out there, you feel it in your heart, but you can take an action, but then you kind of gotta let spirit kind of bring stuff in for you too. Especially when nothing's moving, if you're trying to force it, okay? Because there's no forcing anything. Can't control the way you get to somewhere. It's not the journey, it's the destination. You know, you wind up where you wind up, you know, and maybe you're meant to wind up somewhere 10 times better than you thought you could wind up, okay? All right, so moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, this is happening in your 4th house. That is a natural home of Cancer. That is home, roots, family, self-care, emotions, foundations, your mother, children, women, femininity. I feel like you guys you're getting a healing within your like divine feminine energy. Maybe like a blockage that's been there. Like you're willing to open yourself up and understand where maybe things just weren't where they should be. Like where you weren't opening yourself up, like where you were closing yourself off. You might have had some troublesome relationships with the women in your life. 5 of Swords. Yep. It's like a troubled mental energy. 5s are all about change. I always say that. Like this energy is changeable, and it is changing. It's not the way it was. You're not the person you were, okay? And this new lunar cycle, this fresh energy in Aries it's really opening you up to a new vibration, a new like life, a new attitude about yourself. You have the Page of Wands. That is fire energy. And that's protected fire energy, okay? Especially with these salamanders on his robe. You know what? This is going towards like a new part of your life, like a new section of... It's like what family means to you. But I feel like there's a certain level of passion there that you're going to be bringing back into things. Like you feel like more clear, more determined, more understanding of like the foundation you need to create as opposed to the foundation you're looking for others to create. It's like you're willing to be the one that's being responsible for this energy. Grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Yeah, taking a leap of faith. Taking a leap of faith towards, you know, a new, like, yourself. I know, I've said this before. I feel like this is another me-we thing, you know. This is your relationships. This is your relationships with, you know, yourself, with your family. This is your relationships with your significant other. And you're taking a leap of faith with a new understanding of what you can bring to the table, what you can create, not waiting for someone else to create it. I keep hearing that in my head over and over and over again, that you're creating it. You're creating this. You have the Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, and living with grace. Yeah. Opening yourself up to that feminine energy. Understanding it within yourself more, and maybe why it was so hidden for so long. Like maybe why it was so blocked up. And like maybe what traumas you carried from past relationships, past lives, that you've been reliving over and over again. But living with grace and gratitude, seeing things from a different place, especially having to do with home, your family, and your roots. You have the Seven of Pentacles. This is a new energy for you guys. Like you've really planted something here that you're just watching to see grow. You've put in so much over the last couple months that you may never have ever put in any time. But I feel like this needs to be a time of enjoyment instead of just staring at what you're waiting to grow. Okay? You don't want to stare too hard. A watch pot never boils. Okay? But you are in a creator space. Like you're creating things. You're making new relationships for yourself. It's like you're connecting with people on a level that you may not have ever been comfortable connecting with people on. Reminds me of Scorpio energy. Very much like the same energy. I feel like the same kind of vibe that they had. Like opening up. This is a serious change for you guys. Being more vulnerable. Vulnerability is tough. I get that. But it's also a strength that needs to be cultivated. And you have no idea how amazing things can be when you're willing to be vulnerable and open yourself up to new experiences, okay? All right, next sign is Aquarius. Aquarius, this is happening in your third house. That is the natural house of Gemini, the mind, thinking, communication, siblings, social activity, interests, neighbors, early education. My God, it's like the junk drawer. That's the kitchen sink. I call that the kitchen sink house. Okay, there's a little bit of everything. Let's do this like short-term travel too. I really feel like you're taking action on like a new way of thinking, a new way of seeing your life unfold. I feel like you guys have had some seriously traumatic things that might have happened over the last year, but I feel like you transmuted that and you've seen it in a different way as something that's like a growth, like growth potential, like it helped you in a way. I mean, every once in a while you might teeter between not feeling so great about it, but feeling like better about it. But I think overall, you guys have gotten to a really great place mentally. You know, and this new moon in your third house, you know, with yourself and the way you think, I feel like this is the way you think about yourself. Legit. This is you changing the way you think about yourself. It also just popped out as the Hangman. So, yeah, you guys, you're reestablishing the stability in your life based around yourself, okay? And the nurturing that you've needed, you started giving to yourself. The Hangman is getting a new perspective. Literally, he's hanging upside down, like he's reaching enlightenment about his situation, okay? So your processes, your thought processes are really transforming. Like you're in a completely different space than you were 12 months ago. So this fresh new moon energy in Aries wrapped around yourself and wrapped around how you think and like your interests and what you're like, it's going to be drawing in some new people, I feel like. Like a new... Ooh, oh, geez. Okay, a bunch just fell out. I can't get those right now. Ooh, you're the White Raven Spirit. Trust in the magic. Yeah, I feel like there's a certain level of magic around you guys. You know, there's going to be more happening for you that you might not even see coming. You know? It's just... the new moon and the fresh energy in Aries, it is a magical time. It starts off a whole new energy cycle for you for this year. And it's more in like a mental space, I feel like, for you guys. But also wrapped around yourself. Oh, excuse me. All right. Inner Earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying a foundation. You're that foundation. You're that solidity. Like the solid foundation that you always thought you didn't have and you were searching for. That was you, my friend. You were the solid foundation. And you know, you've developed some strong mental practices. Like you've really redefined who you are and what you'll put up with. Like your boundaries are healthy. Like you feel strength and like a certain level of security within yourself. And doors open up for you when you are giving yourself that level of love that you probably were giving to everyone else. You were giving yourself, like everyone else, way more love and understanding than you were giving yourself for a very long time. But now you're giving that to yourself. That's strengthening your foundation, your base. You have the moon. Reconnecting with your feelings. Reconnecting with, like, your needs, your wants, where you want to go, and your creativity. I know traditionally the moon doesn't speak of this, but that is what this card is saying to me for you guys. Reconnecting with your creativity. You might be learning something new too. You might be getting the idea of like a new kind of adventure that you want to go on, a new like journey, a new path, something that you want to learn that's exciting for you guys. That is what I'm feeling for you. All right, the next sign we have is Pisces. Pisces, this is happening in your second house. That is the natural house of Taurus. Money, work, income, daily routines, values, priorities, habits, your job, and your work ethic. Yeah. You know what? I felt this for you guys in your April reading, that you're getting a whole new rebirth in how you see yourself and how the world sees you. I feel that. How you make money. You might have had to kind of settle for something that you didn't really want to do, but it was a change that was much needed. But I feel like that opened up some new horizons for you guys in ways of like work and income, you know, and your value system has shifted slightly from where it was. Maybe dramatically from where it was. You know, and I feel like a lot of you have redefined the kind of person that you're looking for in a relationship. Like the kind of person that you deserve. Because you redefined who you are. You're redefining who you are. It's totally, this is a totally different person. You're a totally different person than you were like 12, 18 months ago. I bet a lot of you don't even recognize yourself anymore. But this new moon in Aries is fresh energy. It's new. It's action-oriented. You have the star. I feel like you guys had the star in your April reading for some reason. I have that feeling. Now, this is a wish come true. This is being a part of the flow. You also have the Queen of Cups. That's a lot of water. This is a lot of emotional healing for you guys. That's coupled up with like your self-worth. With that being Aries' first house. Like, I feel like you're believing that things like your dreams can't come true again. And you have the emotional stability, and like that nurturing energy has started to be pointed at yourself instead of being pointed outwards towards the rest of the world. But you've had to reestablish some boundaries, you know, around people, just around people in general, like what you'll do for others as opposed to what you need to do for yourself. Those things are very important. And not having people take advantage of you anymore, because you're not allowing it. You're not allowing it anymore. The canary spirits, sing your own song. Yeah, this is a song that only you can sing. This is a tune that only you know. But when your tune changes, like, it's so funny. You can see the music notes coming out of here. Like, it's like you're on a new level of like frequency, a new level of vibration. And so because you've had to do like something that you really didn't feel like doing, but you did it anyways just because it was changing things up. It was breaking up the stagnation. That's changed your energy. So you're putting out a different vibe, a different call, a different, like, you're singing a different tune. You may be seeing hope where you didn't see hope before. You have the central sun, abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success. Yes, I do believe that, especially with Jupiter being in your sign. And you guys also have Neptune. So you're the ancient ruler and the modern ruler of your sign in your sign. And you have a lot going on in Pisces in your first house over these next couple months. So I don't disagree that there's going to be more abundance coming in for you guys, like a regeneration, a certain level of success that's just going to show up for you because you showed up for you. You restored that level of belief that was missing for you in your life. You get two cards. You get the Four of Cups and you get the Devil. You know, what I feel with these two cards that just popped out is that you might get some like energy that comes back into your life that looks, it looks really familiar. But that look is deceiving, okay? That look is where you used to be. That doesn't mean that you're backsliding. It doesn't mean anything. It's just the universe testing you to make sure that you know where you're going, that you know where you're heading, that you know who doesn't belong in your life anymore and what you won't allow, okay? Because they may look all shiny with their abs and stuff, but I don't feel like you're falling for it, okay? And that one cup that you're looking away from, I feel like is where the magic is going to be, like, kind of filling up, but you just can't see it. You'll see it when the time is right, okay? All right, Pisces, thank you so much for watching. Anyone who made it all the way to the end, thank you for watching all of these. I appreciate it. I will see you all again soon for the next full moon. Have a great day. Bye, guys.